Niyabona-ke nje ukuthi ngake ngiza lana mina ngathi uMaKhumalo is not a good fit for Real Housewives of Durban. Leyo nto njena iy'ndaba zami noMaKhumalo ningazingeni. Ningangikhumbuzi ukuthi mina ngake ngathi uMaKhumalo is not a good fit for Real Housewives of Durban. Ngoba ngake nganitshela ngathi ezami noMaKhumalo izindaba ningazingeni. Because let me tell you something. It was such a nice change ukuthi in this last episode of Real Housewives of Durban season 5 they brought Somizi, they brought uMaKhumalo, her husband, and then they brought the husband. Lo's husband was there as well, you guys. And what I just didn't like was the fact that when they had all of the husbands in Sorisha's event, they did not bring Ubube. I was like, where is Bube? Okay. I don't understand why Jojo's husband was not at that event, because it would have been nice to have Jojo's husband at Sorisha's event and then have everybody else be ratchet at the other event. Because you guys, Real Housewives of Durban is starting to feel like it's love and hip hop. So having Sorisha's event brought back classy of the show. Kwaphinde kwaba classy futhi, kwaphinde kwaba fun, kwaphinde kwaba mature. I like the appearance of MaKhumalo. I was like, should we have given uMaKhumalo another chance on Real Housewives of Durban? But then ngaphinde ngakhumbula ukuthi no. Because she would have still wanted to be Sorisha's friend and only Sorisha's friend. And that was the issue that we were having. She wasn't willing to open up and be friends with the other people. She just wanted to be friends with Sorisha, and she wanted to only go where Sorisha was going. And that's not what we do with Real Housewives. But I enjoyed uMaKhumalo on this episode, you guys. It was a nice change from the boring season that we've been having on Real Housewives. I like the exchange that they were having at the table with Sorisha, with Somizi. It's almost impossible to have Sorisha at the dinner table and be bored. Okay, that is impossible. Okay, I loved Lo. I just loved it. I loved the dinner Sorisha, you guys. So, and I loved the husband's cooking. I loved what Mseleku was there. I loved the fact that even though it was Mseleku, he was still willing to cook, okay, which is something that we know on his show he would never do. I like the fact that when he is making an appearance on other shows, he understands what is not his show, so he is willing to do whatever it is that he is expected to do because he's not on Utand on his table. So it was a nice change, you guys. I really did like it, you guys. I did like their inputs when they were talking about the whole thing of the pressures and the hair and the treatment pressures and the employees, especially when MaKhumalo was talking about the input of, if really Precious is treating her employees the way that they say she's treating her employees, the employees should know where to go. Is that really the concern of the other women? Okay, I like that. I like that discussion. I also like the discussion when they were talking about Nonko showing up at the event with something that was out of theme to say. That was really disrespectful. And also Somi's emphasizing that, listen, if somebody did that at my event, they wouldn't be able to go in. And uMaKhumalo having the opinion, you would say, no, for me, I would expect that if you are going to show up and you are not in theme, at least tell me before you come in. But it is still disrespectful. I did like the exchange. And finally, you guys, we also get to hear with Auntie Somizi, who actually introduced Lo no Sorisha. Also Somizi lo watshela uSorisha ukuthi athi footsack. The legendary footsack that we got from Sorisha in that one season, you guys. I loved the dinner. It reminded me of how classy the Real Housewives of Durban has been in previous seasons, and that's really how it's supposed to be. That's where we are supposed to go back to, okay? Not the love and hip hop of Durban, okay? Because it's been love and hip hop, because it's been so ratchet like every week, okay? I'm not understanding the obsession that these women are having with Precious. We all know that what they are saying is true. Okay, I feel like it's true. Precious must be treating her employees away. Okay, and there is something that she needs to fix. Okay, the fact that she's so concerned about convincing us that she doesn't treat her employees the right way instead of going back, and because I think that my approach would be like, okay, hold on now. Okay, instead of getting that employee that she got to come back and try and convince us that she treats them well, I think I would just go back and be like, okay, let me just do things right. Okay, have this whole thing where you go back to your employees and be like, listen, you guys, I've been getting feedback that I might not be treating you right. Things have been very stressful. We are growing our business here, and maybe in me being so stressed because the business is becoming bigger, maybe some of the things that I've said, and maybe, because we are so used to each other, I haven't been maybe conscious of the fact that I am not saying things in the right way, and maybe I've affected you and whatever. Can you guys give me feedback, because I do want to fix things. She can even make it part of her storyline, and it's an opportunity for her to fix things instead of trying to convince us that she did not mistreat her employees, because I do feel like when there is smoke there's fire. If people are saying it to her on her social media, on her comment section, and her employees are sending people messages, there is something to it. Okay, and it's an opportunity for her to change something and start treating people right. So I definitely feel like it's there is some truth to it. But the obsession now that the other women have, to a point where every event now that they are going to have, yes, you guys, they are all business people. Okay, all of them are business women according to what they say, even though some of them we've never even seen their businesses. Okay. Okay, we need to go to CIPC and check. Okay. They need to give us their registration numbers, because some of them, I'm like, what businesses are you running? Okay, but all of them are supposed to be business women. Okay, but all of them, their businesses, I'm sure that all of their businesses have had some struggles. Okay, and I'm sure that all of them wouldn't appreciate if we sat down for all of them and discussed the imperfections of their businesses. Okay, we all know that when Angel came over here, she was talking about how she's into construction, but nobody's talking about that now. Now she's talking about how she's into PPE, and the staff uniform and stuff. And I'm like, how, Angel, what happens to you being into construction? Okay, it's a big thing to be somebody that was into construction, but now you are not even mentioning the fact that you were into construction. Do you understand what I'm saying, you guys? So all of them have these things that you like, like like you understand what I'm saying. So I don't understand. Like, I'm sure all of them, if we really have to check every single one of them, we will find things that are like, even though, there's been things that they will be saying. There are some projects that she maybe have started, and, there have been issues with some projects. And so Risha was talking about some unpaid invoices and all. So all of them, you can probably find things that you could discuss, but they are all successful business people, but nobody is talking about those things that are negative when it comes to them being business people. So why do we need to focus on that so much with Precious? Why do we need to sit down and talk about this one thing when it comes to her? Like, at every single event that they go to, they need to discuss this one thing. That's the part that I am not getting when it comes to Precious. Okay, I don't understand. By the way, you guys, what happened to Minnie's face? Had she always had that mark on her face? Maybe she always has makeup. I've never really noticed it. I only recently noticed it when I was watching this video and she was dancing on Ikaka's FM studios. What happened to her face? Does anybody know? Can you tell me? Okay, I just recently noticed it. Okay, in fact, I was thinking, hey, did she get into a car accident? And then I was watching some of her other older videos, and I was like, okay, it looks like it has always been there. Can somebody tell me what happened to Minnie's face? Anyway, guys, so I'm not understanding the obsession. Okay, we believe you now. Okay, let's say this as the viewers. We believe. Is there a viewer that doesn't believe that Precious mistreats her employees? Because I believe it, but I think the other ladies need to stop talking about it now. It's just too much at this point. It sounds like you are just now hating on her, because I'm sure that her being a successful businesswoman, there must be things that she does right. Okay, she might need to fix the way that she treats her employees, but there are things that she's definitely doing right because she is a successful businesswoman. Okay, so I'm not understanding why every time they meet they need to talk about that. Okay, another thing, you guys, why is Jojo fading away from the show? She kind of is fading away. Is she intentionally fading away from the show? Because I did say at the beginning of the season that I don't know if Jojo needs to do this show, or she's doing it because she kind of feel like Unongo needs her, like needs her as, that friend in case you understand what I'm saying. Is she intentionally taking a step back almost, like without us seeing, but ngathi she is, you understand what I'm saying? Yes. But anyway, you guys, I wanted to talk about the dinner because it was nice. Okay, it was nice to just get a different taste. But guys, what is this thing of them taking a trip to Joburg? Who takes a vacation to Joburg? Who goes to Joburg for a vacation, for a weekend away? I'm going on a weekend away to Joburg. Hey, nobody does that, okay? Joburg people comes to KZN, okay? Who goes to Joburg? Who says in Gehama to Joburg? You go to Joburg to see your friends who are in Joburg, yes, but you don't go on a weekend away to Joburg. We're going to Joburg. Like, who says that? You're Paula in Joburg. I'm Paula Joburg. Because who says what's in Gehama? Like, who says that? I'm like, they're going on, Real Houses is going on a trip to Joburg. What kind of nonsense is that? I was like, how? In South Africa, are they going to? They could go to Umala. They could go. No, they're going to Joburg. I was like, what kind of a trip is this? They're going to Joburg. I was like, what? They're going to Joburg? The Real Houses is going on a trip to Joburg. I understand RHOJ coming to Durban, okay, or going to Cape Town, but RHOD going to Joburg. Where are you going to Joburg? I was like, we're going to Joburg. Say the name of a place at least, okay? Because when you say you're going to Joburg, we are imagining Joburg, downtown Joburg. We're like, downtown Joburg? Where are you going? Downtown Joburg. Okay, I know you guys have fixed some places in Joburg, but it still sounds wrong for Real Housewives. We're going to Joburg for a trip, honey. Okay, I'm like, where are you going in Joburg? Okay. Have you guys done some nice things there by Joburg? Because I'm like, where are they going in Joburg? By Brie, I don't know, guys. Maybe there by North, you guys have done some nice, I don't know, vacation places over there. I don't know, you guys. Yeovil, by happy, I don't know. Bye, happy Joburg, guys. They're going on a trip in Joburg, okay? I was like, what the hell? They really haven't done like a nice trip when it comes to like Real Housewives. Or this, like our franchises. They need to do like nice trips. South Africa is very beautiful, you guys, okay? Okay, and also they need to get out of South Africa. Okay, just get out of South Africa. Okay, pay for nice trips. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Tell me what you think about it. Okay. Anyway, if I don't talk about a scene, it was a little bit boring. Okay. Thank you so much. Ngine thanda kakhulu.